Your brain has been lying to you about your worth. And the most dangerous part is it doesn't sound like lies. They sound reasonable, responsible, even wise. Your brain is wired to detect threat, not truth. So it will always prioritize fear over reality. And when it comes to your value, that wiring can get really loud. So let me walk you through 5 of the biggest lies that it tells you. Lie number 1, you should be further along by now. Now, this one can sound productive. You look around and you compare. You measure timelines. Marriage, kids, career, confidence, money, even your own healing. And the voice says, you're behind. But compared to who? Your brain scans for status and belonging because evolutionarily, falling behind meant exclusion, and exclusion meant danger. So it creates urgency. But urgency is not evidence. There is no universal timeline, just an old survival pattern mistaking difference for danger. Lie number 2, rejection means you're deficient. This one hides inside relationships. If you were calmer, if you were more attractive, if you were younger, more accomplished, less emotional, more accommodating, then they wouldn't have left. That sounds logical, but rejection activates the same neural pathways as physical pain. So the brain looks for a way to control things. If I caused it, I can fix it. But not all departures are a diagnosis. People leave because they're not aligned with you, not because you were lacking. Lie number 3, you were too much or you're not enough. Notice how this flips. Too sensitive, too emotional, too intense, or not ambitious enough, or not confident enough, not evolved enough. The brain constantly evaluates you against imagined standards. Why? Because fitting in once meant survival. So it edits you, it shrinks you, or it pushes you to perform. But shrinking is not growth, and performing is not worth. Lie number 4, if you improve enough, you'll finally be safe. This one is subtle. It sounds like growth. You meditate, you journal, you read, you optimize, right? You even heal maybe. But underneath it, there's this quiet belief. If I fix myself enough, I will finally be chosen. Self-improvement can become self-rejection. If the inner system says you're broken and you dedicate your life to repairing yourself, you're still obeying the accusation. Growth is powerful, but chasing safety through perfection, that's fear wearing spiritual clothing. Lie number 5, your thoughts are fact. And this is the root of all of it. Just because you're thinking something doesn't make it accurate. Years ago, I began studying consciousness. And teachers like Alan Watts describes the difference between the thinking mind and the awareness behind it, almost like you're 2 different people. And most people live their entire lives and they never separate the 2. They never meet the second one. They assume narration is their identity, the narrator. Now, last year I was briefly seeing a man that was more than 10 years younger than me. We didn't know each other's age when we first met. There was a connection, there was chemistry, everything was great. And then he found out my age and he left abruptly. And immediately the internal story ignited. Too old, rejected, embarrassed, not worth closure. My body reacted as if I'd been attacked because to my brain, the rejection equaled a threat. So it searched for meaning and it found the oldest one available. You are not enough. For weeks, I spiraled a little. I texted too often. I checked his social media too much. I compared myself to other women even. Not because he mattered that much, but because the story did. And then one day, something suddenly shifted. I suddenly realized that while the pain was real, the interpretation of that pain was optional. The commentary that was going on in my brain wasn't the truth. It was pattern recognition. It was survival wiring. And I did not have to build my identity around it. So here's the line I want you to sit with. You can feel something deeply and still refuse to make it who you are. That is freedom. The brain will always generate protective stories. That is its job. But you are not required to live inside every story it produces. The voice in your head is like weather, and you are the big, beautiful sky. And while storms move through the sky, sometimes dark, sometimes really loud even, they never become the sky, right? And maybe the most powerful thing you can do is stop treating yourself like a project under construction and start treating yourself like someone already worthy, exactly as you are.